Hello students. So we are in the last chapter of cost and management accounting, that is cash flow analysis. So in this video I am going to explain about the meaning of cash flow statement and types of cash flows and also the format of cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is a statement which shows sources of inflows and outflows of cash in a firm during a particular period of time. It shows the sources from which cash was received and the various applications or uses of cash during an accounting period. So in simple, cash flow statement is a statement which shows all those sources or receipts of cash and payment of cash in a firm during a particular period of time. It may be cash or it may be cash equivalents. Cash for the purpose of cash flow statement consists of cash in hand and demand deposits with any bank or cash equivalents held for short-term purpose. So when we talk about cash flow statement or cash, we mean that cash means cash in hand or cash equivalents. So cash in hand and demand deposits with any bank, or cash means it may be cash equivalents. So held for short-term purpose. So the cash equivalents held for short-term purpose include treasury bill, commercial papers, etc. So cash flows are okay. Next we are going to see what do you mean by cash flow. Cash flows are inflows and outflows of cash and cash equivalent. So cash flow means it is nothing but your inflows and outflows of cash in a particular period of time. An inflow increases the total cash and cash equivalent, whereas an outflow decreases them. Okay, the inflow of cash increases the total amount of cash in the business. The outflow of cash decreases the total cash in the business. The difference between the cash inflows and cash outflows known as net cash flow. It can be either net cash inflow or net cash outflow. For example, if the inflow of cash is 25,000 and outflow of cash in the business is 10,000 rupees, okay, then the net cash flow will be 15,000. okay, then the net cash flow will be 15,000. Here the cash inflow is more and the cash outflow is less. Inflow means it is the receipt and outflow means it is the payment. So you are having more receipt, okay, so the net cash flow, it is the net cash inflow. You are having inflow of cash, okay. Okay, but if we consider inflow as 15,000 and outflow as 25,000, okay, if we consider the inflow as 15,000 and outflow as 25,000, your inflow is very less, isn't it? When we are comparing with the outflow, inflow is very less, the receipt is very less, okay. So the difference is 10,000. 15,000 minus 25,000, the difference is 10,000. Here the net cash flow you are getting, it will be 10,000 and it is the outflow, okay, you are getting the minus balance, okay, you are getting minus balance. So when we are talking about a net flow, it may be a positive balance. If it is a positive balance, it is inflow, or it may be a negative balance, then it is outflow, okay, it is a outflow. Net cash inflow, net cash outflow. So usually in the problems, if we get the outflow, okay, if we get the negative balance, we use it to write it in the bracket, okay. Okay, next classification of cash flows or types of cash flows. There are mainly three types of cash flows. First one is operating cash flow, second one is investing cash flow, and third one is financing cash flows. So on that first one, operating cash flow. The operating cash flows are cash flows generated by operating activities. So cash flows generated from operating activities are called as operating cash flows. So these are the expenses or the flow of cash, okay, which is due to the operating activities of the business, okay, normal operating activities of the business. Second one is investing cash flows. The investing cash flows are cash flows generated by investing activities. Okay, these are the cash flows generated by investing activities. The investing activities are the purchase and sale of long-term assets and other investments. Okay, so how you are getting the investment cash flow? It is due to the purchase and sale of long-term assets. Okay, purchase and sale of long-term asset. So when you are doing purchase or when you purchase something, it is the outflow of cash, isn't it? It is the outflow of cash. When you sell the asset, you are getting money, so it is inflow of cash. Okay, under investing activities we need to divide the activities into two: purchase of long term assets and investment, sale of long term assets and investment. When you do the purchase, it is outflow of cash. So when we sell something or when we sell the asset, we are going to get the money, isn't it? We are going to get the cash. That will be an inflow of cash. Okay, the third type of cash flow is financing cash flows. Financing cash flows are cash flows generated by financing activities. Okay, these are the cash flows generated by financing activities. Financing activities are activities that result in changes in the size and composition of owners' capital and borrowings of the enterprise. So when we talk about the financing activities, it include purchase or issue of shares, debentures, borrowing loan, or dividend paid. Okay, so these are the items which come under financing activities. There are many items. Okay, these are the major items. So financing activities are those activities that result in changes in the size and composition of owners' capital. So when the company issues shares, okay, it is gonna receive cash, isn't it? When the company issues shares, okay, the company is gonna receive the cash. So there will be inflow of cash, okay, which you need to add. Okay, when the company issues debenture, there will be inflow of cash which you are going to add. When the company borrow loan, okay, so again it is an inflow of cash, isn't it? So loan also you are going to add, the loan amount also you are going to add. Okay, these are the items of inflows. Okay, under financing activities again you are having outflows of cash. Okay, the outflows of cash include redemption of debenture, redemption of preference share, okay, the repayment of loan. So when you redeem the preference share, when the company redeems the preference share, there will be an outflow of cash, isn't it? When the company redeems the debenture, when the company want to repay the loan, okay, then these are the items of outflows of cash, right? So there will be an outflow of there will be an outflow of cash in the organization. So these are the items which you are gonna deduct. Okay, all the inflows you need to add, all the outflows you need to deduct. So under structure of cash flows, okay, so there are three columns, isn't it? Cash inflows, activities and cash outflows. So in the middle they have given you the activities, that is operating activity, investing activity and financing activity. So then in the left hand side they have given you the cash inflow, in the right hand side they have given you the cash outflows. So under operating activity, how the cash flows into the organization? It is from the sale of goods and service. Okay, it is from the sale of goods and service of the organization. So it is not from the sale of asset, it is from the sale of goods and services. Okay, whatever has been produced by the organization. And under operating activities, the cash outflow, okay, how the cash moves out of the organization, it is from the purchase of materials and services. Okay, it is from the purchase of materials and services and also the government levies. Okay, then under investing activities, sale of fixed asset, sale of investment, interest and dividend received. So due to these activities there will be inflow of cash. Okay, there will be inflow of cash. So when the organization sells the fixed asset, there will be inflow of cash. When the organization sells its investment, there will be inflow of cash. And also if they receive interest, if they receive dividend, again there will be inflow of cash. And when they purchase the fixed asset or purchase the investment, they need to pay, right? So there will be outflow of cash. Then the third type of activity is financing activity. So when they issue shares, when they issue debenture, the cash or the fund, it will move into the organization. So there will be inflow of cash. Or when they pay the interest or dividend, okay, when the shares are bought back or due to the buyback of shares or debt repayment. So when they do this kind of activity, there will be cash outflow. Okay, when the organization want to pay the interest or when they pay dividend on shares, or if they want to buy back their shares, or if they want to repay the loan, okay, they need to make payment, isn't it? So there will be outflow of cash. So next, non-cash transaction. Okay, it is a separate concept, but it is very important when you are solving the problems. So the name itself says non-cash transaction means where there is no involvement of cash. Okay, so the non-cash transaction refers to those transactions where there is no involvement of cash. The transactions which do not involve the inflow or outflow of cash. The transactions which do not involve inflow or outflow of cash or cash equivalents are called non-cash transactions. Example, acquisition of assets or an enterprise by means of issue of shares. Okay, now think that an organization, okay, company A want to purchase the assets of company B. Okay, now instead of making cash payment, they will issue shares. They will purchase the asset and they will issue shares. In that time there will be no flow of cash. So it is a non-cash transaction. Next, the acquisition of fixed asset on credit. So when there will be credit purchase, obviously there will be no flow of cash, isn't it? So that is a non-cash transaction. Third one, the conversion of convertible debentures into equity shares. So when the organization converts its debentures into equity shares, so there will be no flow of fund, isn't it? So it is a non-cash transaction. So next we are going to see the format of cash flow statement. Okay, so format of cash flow statement. So when we are preparing the cash flow statement, okay, there will be three different formats. Okay, there will be three different steps. So firstly, you may need to calculate the cash profit from operation, then you need to calculate the cash flow from operation, then at last you are going to find out the you're going to prepare the cash flow statement. So instead of preparing three different statements, you can prepare one statement itself, but when solving the problems, I have prepared two statements. Okay, so firstly, statement showing cash flow from operation. Okay, statement showing cash flow from operation. You know, right, there are three different types of activities: operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Now we are going to find out the cash flow from operation or cash flow from operating activities. So firstly, we are going to consider the closing balance of profit and loss account. Okay, firstly we are going to consider the closing balance of profit and loss account. If profit and loss account balance is not given in the balance sheet, instead if they give you the retained earnings balance, okay, the balance of retained earnings, then you can consider the opening and closing balance of retained earnings. Okay, so firstly, closing balance of profit and loss account, we are going to maintain two amount columns. So the closing balance you are going to write in the outer column. Then add non-cash and non-operating expenses. You are going to add all the non-cash and non-operating expenses. The non-cash and non-operating expenses may be transferred to reserve fund, sinking fund, transfer to capitalization reserve, depreciation on fixed assets, depreciation on investment, loss on sale of fixed asset, goodwill written off, patents written off, trademark written off, preliminary expenses written off, discount on issue of shares or debentures, premium payable on redemption of debentures or shares, interim dividend, proposed dividend, underwriting commission, gifts given, damages paid. So you need to consider all the non-operating and non-cash expenses, and you need to add it to the closing balance of profit and loss account. So then you need to add the total of all the non-operating expenses. You need to add it to the closing balance of profit and loss account and find out the total. From the total, you need to deduct the non-cash and non-operating incomes. Okay, you need to deduct the non-cash and non-operating incomes. So which are the non-operating incomes? Profit on sale of fixed assets, profit on sale of long-term investments, appreciation of fixed assets, dividend received, interest on investment, rent received, tax fund rebates. Okay, you need to add all the you need to deduct all the non-operating incomes. Okay, then you need to deduct the opening balance of profit and loss account. So when you do so much, you will be getting cash profit from operation. You will be getting cash profit from operation. So to the cash profit from operation, you need to add decrease in current asset. Okay, add decrease in current assets. So when you consider the current asset, you need to exclude the cash and bank balance. Okay, you need to write all the current assets excluding cash and bank balance. So decrease in current assets other than cash and bank balance. And you also need to add increase in current liabilities. So add decrease in current asset, add increase in current liabilities except bank overdraft. So you need to add all the amounts and you need to write the total. Then less increase in current asset and decrease in current liabilities. So by deducting the differences, you need to write the total, then again you need to deduct the income tax. Okay, less income tax paid. So after doing so much, you will be arriving at cash flow from operation. You will be arriving at cash flow from operation. So this is the first statement. So statement showing cash flow from operation, closing balance of profit and loss account, add non-cash and non-operating expenses, less non-cash and non-operating income, less opening balance of profit and loss account. Again, add decrease in current asset, add increase in current liability, less increase in current asset, decrease in current liability, less income tax paid, you will be arriving at cash flow from operation. So this is the first statement. Next we are preparing cash flow statement. So when we are preparing cash flow statement, we need to consider all the three types of cash flows, that is cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from financing activities and cash flow from investing activities. So firstly, cash flow from operating activities. So however, we have already calculating the cash flow from operation in the first statement. The same total we need to write in the outer column. Net cash from operation. So this is the first thing, that is cash flow from operating activities. Then we are going to consider the second type of activity, that is cash flow from investing activities. Under investing activities, we need to add all the cash inflows and we need to deduct all the cash outflows. So when we are talking about cash inflows, it includes sale of investment, sale of fixed asset. So we need to write the total, and from the total we need to deduct the cash outflow. So cash outflows include purchase of fixed asset, purchase of investment. So cash inflow less cash outflow, we are arriving at net cash flow from investing activities. Okay, so in the outer column we should have the total balance of operating activities, net amount of investing activities and net amount of financing activities. Only three total should be there in the outer column. Then the third type of activity is cash flow from financing activity. Again, under financing activities we need to consider inflow and outflow. So when we are talking about inflow, we are having issue of shares and debenture and long term loans and other borrowings. So these are the types of inflow. Less cash outflow, repayment of long term borrowings, redemption of shares or debentures, dividend paid. From the cash inflow, we need to deduct the cash outflow. Interest paid, drawings. So after deducting the cash outflow from the inflow, we are arriving at net cash flow from financing activities. It is in the outer column. So in the outer column, we are having three amounts. First amount, second amount and third amount. So after writing so much, nextly we need to find out net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. Net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. For this, we need to consider the cash and cash equivalents at the beginning and cash and cash equivalents at the end. So cash and cash equivalents at the beginning, okay, you may be having cash balance and bank balance in the balance sheet. Okay, you need to consider the opening balances. Less cash and cash equivalents at the end, you need to consider the closing balance of cash in hand and cash at bank. Okay, now you should compare these two amounts and you should find out how much is increased or how much has been decreased. So you should find out net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. And you need to write it in the outer column. So now the thing is that, okay, there is a basic principle of cash flow analysis. Okay, just go through this. Net cash flow from operating activities plus investing activities plus financing activities shall be equal to the net change in cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so net cash flow from all the three activities, that is from your investing activities, operating activity and financing activity. Okay, when you add all these items, the total must be equal to the net change in cash and cash equivalents. So it means cash flow from operating activity plus cash flow from investing activity plus cash flow from financing activity. So when you add all the three items or the three amounts, it must be equal to the net change in cash and cash equivalent amount. Okay. So this is about the meaning of cash flow statement, the different types and format of cash flow statement. Thank you, students.